And we're also live. Cool. I'm gonna start. You ready?
Yeah, man.
You're both so awesome over there, by the way.
We're rolling. We got a
Thank
live
you.
audience.
We
live
do.
audience.
We do.
Shout
Wow.
out to the lovely ladies.
We got people that are on the internet live watching us. That's crazy. They got here. Alright, let's start this thing. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is David Benjamin from HealthyWildandFree.com. Today I'm here with none other than who I like to call Hardy B CBD. And that's just my nickname for him. He's a good friend of mine. His name is Bryan Hardy. He's from Toronto, Canada. And he's a biohacker. He's into health and wellness. And a truly brilliant man. Every time we meet, I've met you before, but every time we meet, I learn something new from him, which I truly appreciate. And it's kind of funny because today, before this video, he came over, crashed here because he's going home to Toronto tomorrow, and his car broke down. And I was like, man, and I was supposed to have a call today with someone, an entrepreneur in Toronto that has a health website. His car broke down, and both cars were on the mechanic, and then now he's here, and we're recording this video. So this video wouldn't have happened if your car didn't break down.
I know.
And here we are making this video.
I know. It's all part of the divine unfolding.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that's a good thing. We're here.
Feels good.
Now. So we're going to talk about health, biohacking, and all this good stuff. I learned a few things from you today that I want to share with the world.
Let's do it.
And have that insight and perspective be brought to people that haven't heard before. So Bryan and I were talking about seeds because our friend here, who happens to be in the audience, Z, I don't know if I can say your name, but anyways, there's an audience. It's very small, but there's an audience.
Yep.
It's really cool. Z is here. You heard her laugh maybe in the background. She has a great laugh also. And we were eating, what is it? Zata, right? Yeah. So it's a Lebanese, it's from Lebanon. It's a Lebanese, like, sesame seeds. What is it? Sesame seeds?
Oregano, rosemary, and
Oregano?
other stuff.
Sesame seeds, oregano, rosemary, and a bunch of other stuff. And it's really delicious. And we were talking about seeds and health, and I told Bryan, I was like, yeah, sesame seeds, like, help with radiation. I don't know how. I don't know the pathway, but it's something I remember. And then you start talking about something called seed cycling.
Yes.
Talk to us about that, because when I heard this, I was like, whoa, I need to know more about seed cycling, and I need to incorporate this into my life. So I'm going to.
Yeah, so seed cycling, and you'll want to do some research on this because I'm no expert in this particular protocol. It's new to my awareness and practice, and
Interesting nonetheless.
yes, and very
much so.
It's not new. It's not new in terms of its use. It's more known in naturopathic circles.
Right.
The people I know who know about it and who have shared about it are like naturopathic, integrative, functional, and just nutritional based.
Yeah.
I know it was talked about in Naisha Winter's metabolic approach to cancer.
Who? What?
Naisha Winters,
How do
Dr.
you spell
Naisha. Her first name?
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Nasha Winters.
Winters. Cool.
Yes, metabolic approach to cancer. She talks about this.
Nice.
And my friend Phil, who's working on a very cool product business, inspired through this, who introduced me to it, broke it down for me like this, that our bodies need these usually fatty acid building blocks in order to manufacture hormones. And I mean, we understand that cholesterol, for instance, is often cited as the backbone for steroid hormones. People understand that, they know about that.
Increases testosterone.
That's why we need to fear healthy egg yolks and butter or ghee or those type of things. And why they can actually be a health food, depending on where you're at.
Right. And the quality. And
Of course,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So the seed cycling, what you essentially do, and I sometimes mix them up in my head, so we're going to go with flax and pumpkin. I believe those two go together. So for the first 2 weeks after the new moon, you would take, I believe it's 1 teaspoon, either ground or whole, in a salad, in a smoothie, however you want them.
Right.
1 teaspoon of each of those every day. The whole seed, chew it up, blend it up, eat it up, whatever it is. And then for the next 2 weeks, so you do that for 2 weeks. The next 2 weeks after that, you flip it to, I believe it's sunflower. So we did pumpkin and flax, and then I believe it's sunflower and sesame.
Okay.
So those two go together.
Mm.
And you go back and forth. And men and
Nice.
women actually do opposite cycles.
Mm.
And it's
How does
all
that affect the
driven
hormones?
by the moon.
Like, what is?
It's driven by the moon,
Yeah.
and I believe, and again, because I'm not super well schooled in hormone pathways,
Right.
but it's giving our bodies the necessary precursors,
Right.
both to manufacture
To the
the
fatty
hormones,
acids,
the fatty acids,
Right. Yeah.
fatty acids
Yeah.
that are then metabolized, I believe, to
Mm.
prostaglandins,
Mm.
which is just a fancy term that means a metabolite of a fat or a breakdown product, or
Like a byproduct.
yeah, it's created from that metabolism,
Mm.
and those things then influence our hormone balance, and influence overall inflammation in the body.
Mm. So like the inflammation marker, like inflammation markers.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Again,
Nice.
I'm not a doctor. I don't
Yeah.
pretend to play one.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of
Very
there's a
intriguing.
lot of historical use
Yeah,
for these
yeah.
protocols for
For
helping to
seeds,
rebalance
using
the hormones.
seeds.
Yeah, instead of
using
reaching
seeds as
for
medicine.
reaching
Yeah.
for not to say there's no place for these things, but a lot of people go straight to a bioidentical hormone, for instance.
Right.
Right? If something's
Right.
out of balance, it's like,
Yeah.
what drug can I take to
Right.
fix this?
Right.
Rather than, what can I do to harmonize with nature
Yeah.
and see what happens, at least as a starting point, because it's food. It's
Yeah.
food, so it's not going to hurt you.
Yeah. Yeah. You can always do more extreme measures if something doesn't work.
Yes, but
But
start
start
slow.
simple and be soft with your body.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
That's seed cycling.
And then seed cycling.
Yeah.
How fascinating is that? It's crazy. It's really cool. Like, we don't think about seeds and their medicinal value. It's very, it's just a food, it has nutrients, whatever. But for hormones and for, inflammation, which is a huge cause of disease and sickness, is absolutely fascinating. And there was something else that we talked about that you taught me today that I was like, whoa, brilliant. It was in regards to, we were talking about a cleaning product, and he's like, yeah, this cleaning product, you can like use it and be healthier. And I'm like, dude, that's like toxic chemical crap. What are you talking about? The box is like bright colors, and there's no way that's a healthy product. So it just threw me off guard, and I was like, I've never heard this before. So it was borax?
Yep. So
Yeah.
again, do your research.
Yeah.
Do your research.
Everyone. This is not medical advice.
But if you
Don't sue me.
Google the borax conspiracy,
Yeah.
I believe
Already a good Google search. I'm sold.
Scribbler, or one of those websites that like documents articles.
Oh, Scribed?
Scribed.
Scribed. Yeah.
They'll have the
Yeah.
whole original article on there.
Yeah.
And it goes back to a doctor, Australian doctor,
Yeah.
in like the early part of the 1900s, or the 20th century.
Okay.
He had a bunch of arthritic patients
Yeah.
and was curious as to why this was happening,
Right.
and correlated or researched boron intake.
Right.
So boron's a mineral.
Right.
He researched boron intake and rates of arthritis or osteoporosis. And he saw that there was a direct correlation that he observed. And the countries with the highest intake of boron, which I believe were the Asian countries at that time, the highest intake of boron had the lowest incidence of arthritis. And so he thought, that's interesting. Boron is a very simple element. Why don't I just supplement with it and see what happens?
Right.
He did that with himself.
Just straight
Helped
boron.
himself. Well, I think he used borax.
Okay.
Again, it's been a while since I read the article.
Right.
It's a fascinating article, though. It's a
Right.
pretty small, short read.
Yeah.
Well, so he started using
Unscribed.
borax.
Yeah.
He started using
Yeah.
borax, which
Yeah.
is, I believe, sodium tetraborate.
Okay.
It's a very simple molecule. People get scared because it's like a cleaning product.
Right. Yeah.
But it actually has a safer dose, like LD50. So
Yeah.
the amount you have to take to kill you
It's like a
is
high.
safer than baking soda.
Oh wow.
And people eat baking soda all the time.
yeah.
Right?
All the time.
You don't think twice. You don't think twice.
People snort baking soda if they want to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
I wouldn't do it.
I don't
I
recommend.
wouldn't recommend.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
That's not the
recommend.
topic of this video.
We don't need to alkalize our nasal passageways.
We really don't. I don't.
But
think it's that
if you needed
necessary.
to, you could. You know, if
Yeah.
you had acid nose drip.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. Someone's probably had an acidic
I'm like,
sinus.
oh shit, teach me more.
I mean,
mentor me,
maybe
sir.
if someone's been snorting some of the wrong stuff and there's nose is all
Oh,
inflamed
no,
and
yeah,
stuff,
that's a good-
maybe
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
neutralize it. Who knows?
Or some ozone water or something. Like, give it some oxygen.
Either way, getting back to the point.
Yeah.
Back to the point. Borax is a very simple chemical
Cleaning
formula. It's an alkalizing agent.
Yeah.
It's very safe.
Like baking soda as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so what I started doing after hearing that was putting 1 teaspoon of borax into 1 gallon of distilled water,
Okay.
and then having a shot of that every morning.
1 teaspoon in a
rising.
whole gallon. That doesn't seem...
It's very dilute.
Yeah, it's very
It's
diluted.
very dilute.
So
Because all you need is a couple milligrams
Yeah.
of boron per day.
Yeah.
Like 2-3 milligrams
Yeah.
is all you need.
Yeah. So you're
And,
diluting it. So worst case scenario, it's still diluted.
It's
It
doing
does-
nothing. At the
Yeah.
worst, it's
Yeah.
doing nothing. At the
Yeah.
best, it could be really helping you. And so they go on to describe in this article
Yeah.
how our body
Yeah.
needs boron
Yeah.
to tell calcium where to go.
Yeah.
To get it out of the arteries, similar to vitamin K2,
Yeah.
get it out of circulation into the bone.
It knows the pathway. David Wolf says something really cool. He says nature's solution to pollution is dilution. So it's interesting that we can dilute our own things and create our own recipes for our own detoxification of excess calcium, which becomes something we don't want in our body. Or it's just in the wrong place. It's in our blood and not in our bones.
Yeah, which is the case
Crazy.
for a lot of people.
Borax!
So they also go on, yeah, exactly. And I mean, this is something you can go to your local Walmart or like grocery
Target
store,
or
anywhere,
Kroger.
anywhere.
If you live, he lives in Canada or the US, it's anywhere.
It's anywhere.
I've seen it everywhere.
Very inexpensive.
We're in different countries and we agree.
Very inexpensive.
Do that, world.
You get like a 2-year supply for $10.
Yeah.
It's one of these things that, you know, the medical establishment...
It's crazy cheap.
The guy
Like
who
soda.
did that article and it was
Yeah.
written about, he was persecuted very heavily
Oh, really?
for curing people
So
of
he's like,
arthritis
was he a doctor?
using borax.
Was he a
Yeah.
doctor?
Yeah, he was.
So he's accredited and everything.
Yeah.
And he was getting results.
And it was simple and
Yeah.
easy and cost effective.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at the
Yeah.
drug profits from arthritis drugs. It's
Yeah.
massive, right?
Yeah.
So it's all
Very
these
true.
old things that come back around, right? So it's just an old thing coming back around.
It's like alcohol prohibition. People think it was because of a religious reason. It was actually because Henry Ford, whose house is like 2 miles down the road, wanted alcohol fuel as a source of fuel for cars, but the Rockefeller Foundation had oil interest, so they paid the Women's Temperance Union like $5.6 million, which was like $50 million in today's dollars,
Yeah.
to come out against alcohol as a energy medium, not as a religious medium. It's crazy.
Politics.
Gotta research these things.
Politics and corporate interests.
Money talks.
You know, that's history. That's history.
It's history, yeah, and money talks, and it changes things. So it's
But
good to know the
interestingly enough,
truth.
and I don't want
It's
to
good to know
forget
the
about
truth. Yeah.
It is.
It's good to
It
know the
is.
truth.
And to know where things have come from and been birthed
Totally.
from.
Totally.
We could talk about serotonin.
Oh yeah,
About
let's
that.
get into
Some interesting stuff.
serotonin.
But first, I wanted to share
Yeah,
one
yeah.
anecdote because
Oh.
when I first heard about the borax conspiracy,
Yeah.
I was quite depressed at the time. I was struggling.
Oh,
I was in a
share your story.
relationship. I was in a
Yeah.
relationship that was not in alignment. It was
Yeah.
very stressful to me.
Yeah.
I was not able to show up for myself or the woman,
Yeah.
and it was causing stress. I was
Yeah.
not feeling good.
Yeah.
My libido was down.
Yeah.
My energy was down.
Yeah.
So I was not waking up with the
Right.
healthy side of morning wood
Right.
that all
Yeah.
men should aspire to wake up with.
I agree.
Until you're like 130
Yeah.
or more. That's normal.
Yeah, totally.
So that was not happening.
Yeah.
The
That happened
day,
when we were teenagers, remember, man?
the day I started taking this borax shot,
Yeah.
it came back.
Yeah, the day.
And they talk about how
Oh.
it's
gotta be great for the heart.
reduces.
It's gotta be great for the cardiovascular system.
They talk about how it reduces sex
crazy.
hormone binding globulin, which
Ah.
binds up a lot of our hormones
Wow.
and limits, even if you have testosterone production, it limits the free testosterone.
We could just package borax as Viagra and make a shitload of money, dude.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Is that
bro.
going to be our first product?
This is on YouTube.
Natural male enhancement.
Don't take this product. You
Coming
won't beat our
to-
marketing anyway. It's not gonna happen. You can try. It's gonna be it'll be like Borax-Igra.
Yeah.
Borigra.
But two other very interesting things that affect a lot of people: candida overgrowth,
Oh yeah.
yeast overgrowth,
And parasites.
massive,
Parasites.
and mycotoxins.
Yeah.
I know at least those two things.
Yeah.
Parasites probably.
Which,
should-
by the way, mycotoxins are toxins that come from the spores of mold.
Mold.
So yeah, just to clarify.
And so they talk about in this article
Yeah.
how the borax has, or the type of acid that it creates when we
In your body.
ingest it,
Yeah.
is very effective at knocking down candida,
And
changing
mycotoxins.
the environment, and neutralizing mycotoxins. So I've done this, and you know,
crazy.
sometimes I'll go in on some peanut butter or
Yeah.
whatever it is. That might
Yeah.
have cashews,
Yeah.
that might have mycotoxins,
Yeah.
moldy coffee, whatever it
Yeah.
is, and I can trust that if I'm getting my boron in,
Yeah.
that I'm sort of evening the scales.
Nice. That's awesome.
And you don't have to drink it. You can do a foot bath.
Yeah.
Right, we were talking
Yeah,
about
you soak it in
potassium
still,
foot
yeah.
baths and
Yeah.
mineral foot baths. You can do a
Yeah.
foot bath.
Or just a regular bath. Soak it in.
Well, do a
Right.
mineral bath. If you're gonna do a bath, put some minerals in there.
Epsom salts or
You're
some
already filling
magnesium
the bath.
sulfates or
Yeah.
whatever. Essential oils.
Yeah.
Do it up. Live life rich, y'all. Yeah. So borax. I want to go get some borax.
The borax conspiracy.
Does
Look
it
up.
affect parasites? Or was that the
I
seed
can't-
cycling? Was that seed cycling that? We talked about something with parasites too. That's kind of insightful earlier. I don't know which one. Maybe it's both.
Well, we were talking about tobacco as an
Oh,
antiparasitic.
tobacco. Ah, let's get into that. Does that get into serotonin too? Are we
I
in
think
serotonin?
I think it could.
Okay.
I think it could.
We're in serotonin.
I don't know the direct
Into it.
pathway link, but I mean tobacco and
makes-
dopamine
yeah.
are linked.
Yeah.
Nicotine and dopamine.
Yeah.
So that's sort of
Yeah.
anti-serotonin.
Interesting.
Yeah,
We
tobacco.
get into dopamine a little bit too.
Tobacco as a
Yeah.
purgative,
Yeah.
which has been traditionally used in many
Yeah.
cultures.
Yeah.
It's a very strong purgative.
Yeah.
Um,
Purgative meaning
You will purge things.
purge.
Purge worms,
Purgative.
parasites, bacterias,
Pathogens, viruses.
all kinds of
yeah.
things.
Nice.
And my only experience with that was down with the traditional Shipibo healer, who
Shipibo,
used...
no way.
Yeah,
Dude, was that who you stayed with in Peru?
yeah.
No! Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Okay, keep going. Keep
So
going.
he did a
This
cold
is gonna get
water.
good. It's getting better. We're going deep. We're going deep dive.
He did a cold water
Yeah, yeah.
tobacco,
Yeah.
mapacho, native
Yeah, yeah.
tobacco,
Okay.
Nicotiana rustica.
Yeah. Okay.
Very strong tobacco.
Yeah.
Up to 9 times stronger in the nicotine levels.
Yeah.
He would put like a heavy pinch into a cup of
Yeah.
cold water,
Yeah.
let it sit there for a few minutes, and
Yeah.
then pour it off, and then we would drink that in ceremony.
Nice.
And it burns all the way down.
Yeah.
You can feel the
Heat.
power of it. It just burns,
Heat.
burns. And then you
Yeah.
go, and traditionally we do this at nighttime.
Yeah.
We do ceremony, he sings, we pray, we bless it, we drink, we go.
Mm.
Go straight to your bed and sleep.
Yeah.
Try to sleep. Some people can't sleep because
Yeah.
nicotine is very stimulating.
And dopamine.
Yeah.
So,
So
like,
the
dopamine is your
point is that
motivation.
you want to
hormone.
get there
Yeah.
and lie down before
Yeah.
it kicks in really.
Yeah. So you can just fall
So
into
like
your
literally
sleep.
I'm walking from
Yeah.
the ceremony house to my hut, which is like a 7-minute walk.
Yeah.
I'm walking and I can
Yeah.
feel my guts kind of like
Oh, yeah.
gurgling.
It's burning.
It was not
Just
a
think
good
of like
time.
an overdose of ginger.
And I lie down.
A bunch of
Yeah, not
Yeah.
not the heat like ginger.
Right.
It's a different kind of like
Right.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
interesting. Probably
Hot
people
stuff.
who have done like a snooze. That might be a
Snooze?
similar feeling. Yeah, those like tobacco chews or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Dip, whatever they call
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
lie down, go to
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
The most insane dreams of
Yeah.
my life. It's if
Were
you
they
want to.
lucid? Were you lucid? I think? Or just the visuals? The visuals were
Maybe towards the end I became
Okay.
aware that this is a dream and I started having more control of it.
Right.
But for the most part, it was just a super vivid dream.
Right. Yeah. Nice. Nice.
The most vivid. It
Yeah.
felt like a long time I was in those
Yeah.
dreams.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's beside the
Longer
point.
periods.
But
No, that's cool though.
But I really like sharing with
Yeah.
people about the medicinal uses of tobacco.
Yeah.
Right, and since I've been down here, they're here somewhere, but just some
Chocolate.
very plain,
Tibetan bowl.
pure tobacco cigarettes.
Yeah.
Right, not to say that smoking is the best method of ingestion. I prefer vaporizing when possible. And yet,
Cleaner.
by smoking and not inhaling,
Yeah.
so the traditional way to puff it in your mouth,
Yeah.
let the smoke absorb in your mouth.
Yeah.
It can be a really great tool for connection, for clearing, for
Mm.
grounding yourself,
Yeah.
for focus. Like if it's late in the day, it's way too late for caffeine for most people.
Right.
If
And
do
you don't want to say caffeine late, because then
Yeah.
you're messing with your circadian biology.
But nicotine will be
Yeah.
like in and out. You can still sleep a couple
yeah.
hours later.
Yeah.
So
Relax. It's very grounding too.
and it's such an
It's
ancient
incredibly
medicine.
grounding. Tobacco and nicotine is incredibly grounding. But I highly recommend organic,
Of course.
preferably.
The best
and
quality,
no,
grown by
nothing,
indigenous people,
not-
supporting
yeah.
indigenous communities
Yeah, yeah.
when we can.
Yeah.
100%.
Totally. Yeah, tobacco is a fascinating subject, and dopamine too, and serotonin. We're getting into serotonin a bit.
Yes.
We're going to share about serotonin.
Yes. So
is that connection to tobacco?
this is
or-
the next podcast coming
Yeah.
out on my show
Yeah.
is going to be talking a lot about this.
Nice.
Um,
About serotonin.
about serotonin
Nice.
and
Nice.
why serotonin, again for political reasons,
Right.
became known as the happy
Right.
neurotransmitter.
Right.
and then the whole antidepressant market opened up,
Right.
right, along with that.
Right.
And we know that the side effects of antidepressants are like homicidal thoughts,
Right.
suicidal thoughts.
It's worse.
Yeah, exactly.
They're crazy.
Exactly.
They make no sense.
It's insane.
Yeah.
You become either a lifeless zombie who just feels
Right.
nothing,
Right.
or you become like a homicidal crazy person.
Yeah.
Usually it's one of those two things.
Doesn't do
And a lot of
anything.
people are taking these.
Yeah.
Like your pilot could be on
And
these,
there's-
your doctor could be on these.
And not
like,
only that, people are taking these and acting out those things.
Mhm.
Like it's not just,
Mhm.
it's like that's happening too.
And so the whole
Like, the
reason,
rates.
it makes us think, okay,
Yeah.
if the side effects are so terrible,
Yeah.
they're supposed to make you anti-depressed, which
Yeah.
should be feeling happy and good.
Right.
Clearly
At
something's
least
not right.
optimistic. Yeah.
Yeah, clearly something's not right.
Yeah.
And so apparently I was told by my buddy Georgie,
Yeah.
who is an independent researcher. He
Mm.
makes some really cool topical supplements
Yeah.
all through the skin absorption.
Nice.
Um,
Transdermal.
And he's been a student
Mhm.
of a lot of science,
Yeah.
and particularly a lot of what Ray Peat. Do you know Ray Peat?
I don't think so. No.
Oh my God!
I need to know Ray Peat.
you're gonna be it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Nice. But so he's been studying this sort of stuff, and that
Yeah.
they're looking at energy metabolism as the
Yeah.
foundational piece of health, all health.
Yeah.
How does it relate to metabolism?
Right.
How does it relate back?
How's it processed? Yeah.
And so
Breaking down.
he was saying how
Mm.
serotonin became known as this thing because directly as a result of folks using LSD,
Right.
which in its purest form can be an amazing medicine,
Yeah.
and there's good science to
There's
show
a
that.
lot of research behind that.
And it's coming back.
Yeah,
MAPS is bringing it back.
Yeah.
So people were using LSD. It was a different era. It was like
Mm.
the 60s.
Mm.
A lot of soldiers that went to Vietnam had used or were using these things,
Right.
and they were refusing to fight. They were
Right.
refusing to go into these villages and massacre people
Right.
and contribute to this destruction
Right.
that they could see through.
Which Agent Orange was a part of, which later is Monsanto. It's crazy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that, you know, real human beings
Mm.
who were in tune with their humanness,
Yeah.
that didn't want to go murder their fellow humans,
Right. Yeah.
resisted these things, right?
Yeah.
And so that's not good for business.
Yeah.
When your business is death and destruction.
War is profitable.
And they understood that
Mm.
LSD had an anti-serotonin effect.
Mm.
So they
So
made, they made
down your serotonin levels.
anti-serotonin. Yes, exactly. Push out serotonin.
Mm.
So this is what they did. They said LSD, and it's similar with cannabis and reefer madness. You know, it's just
Right.
pure propaganda.
Right, of course.
Pure propaganda.
Yeah, yeah.
Pure lies.
Yeah.
So they say LSD equals you're gonna go insane.
Mm.
Don't use it. It's gonna
Right.
rot your brain. You're gonna go insane.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite.
Right.
You're actually gonna activate your brain and
Yeah.
like could discover the next fucking innovation. Talk to Steve Jobs about LSD. He was
He recommends
an
people try it.
evangelist. He was an
recommends people try it.
evangelist for LSD.
And people admire his evangelism, so clearly
Yeah.
there's some sort
It's
of...
doing something. All of Silicon Valley is
Oh,
a result of LSD
yeah.
and
There's a
drugs.
lot, yeah.
Anyways,
Even Mike
they
did,
take
yeah,
this
yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah.
They take this thing. They say anti-serotonin, and it makes you crazy. So
Yeah.
stay away. Bad
Yeah.
drugs. Don't do drugs.
Right.
This is your brain on drugs. You know all
Right,
that, all
right,
that shit.
Bag breaking and shit.
Yeah.
Like I love breaking eggs because I
All
love
that-
omelets anyway.
All that
Bring it on.
craziness. All that
Yeah.
craziness. And so that's their campaign.
Yeah.
And then by nature of that,
Yeah.
they then push serotonin as this is actually gonna
Yeah.
make you sane and actually
Right,
make
right.
you feel good and balanced.
Like more serotonin.
Yeah, like you
Right.
want serotonin
Hmm.
because it's going to make you feel good and balanced
So you're
because
saying-
of this
yeah.
loose correlation between LSD
Yeah,
and pushing
yeah.
serotonin out and then wanting to malign LSD.
So serotonin, as I know it, is known as the happy hormone.
Yes.
Is that not true?
From everything I'm learning more recently, and I have no reason,
Right.
there's good evidence to support this line of thought.
Right.
My podcast is not out yet, otherwise I'd
Yeah.
link people to it, but it's going to
Yeah.
be bryanhardy.ca/Georgie.
Yeah.
Georgie
How do you
Dinkov
spell
is the
Georgie?
guy. Georgi.
Georgi. Got it.
Redefining Reality. It's a
Bryan Hardy.
podcast. You'll find it. You'll find it.
/ Georgie.
And so he's going to link me.
Yeah.
Someone's compiled 70 research articles.
Yeah.
That are
70?
all 70.
Wow.
That all point to serotonin as more of a stress hormone and something that you do not want a lot of.
Really?
It's a stress hormone and it's toxic and it makes people feel bad.
Really?
Hence why antidepressants work the way they do, and why a lot of
Wow.
antidepressants don't do what they claim to do.
Right.
It's very deep.
It's
It's very
interesting.
deep. But it's even in the
But
functional
why
world.
do whole foods, natural foods, elevate serotonin then?
But I think they're doing a lot. I think a whole food
So
is
you're
not
all-
just a
okay,
single
okay.
amino acid, for
Yeah, yeah.
instance, right?
So maybe that's the key distinction is
And it's tricky.
boosting serotonin on its own with something artificial, as opposed to some sort of whole food that has a nutritional profile that supports other pathways in the brain, whether it's dopamine or whatever,
Exactly.
actually creates some sort of change
Exactly.
in a positive manner.
Exactly.
So it's not that serotonin is bad, or maybe I
Not
don't know.
necessarily.
It's like cholesterol. People say cholesterol is bad, but then cholesterol helps
it's
you produce
contextual.
testosterone.
Everything's
like,
contextual.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all
Or even-
contextual.
Yeah,
And yet there seems to be
Yeah.
a strong correlation between, and a lot of people struggling with this,
yeah.
and seemingly unable to fix it, even if they're going and seeing
Right.
functional practitioners or
Yeah.
more naturopathic practitioners.
Yeah. And there could be a lot of reasons for that. It's a
Many
very,
reasons.
very deep topic.
It's never one thing.
Yeah.
But there seems to be a lot of evidence that a lot of the way people are living, even if they think they're being healthy, it's actually causing chronic elevation of cortisol and serotonin, and that's leading to a lot of mental
So there's
illness.
sort of like a correlation between cortisol and serotonin.
The stress
In-
component.
in
Stress
the-
component.
Okay.
Because when
Especially
when an animal is stressed,
Right.
it seems to exhibit higher levels of these
Interesting.
neurotransmitters.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because it's also trying to bring it back too. Well, that's a part of the process. It's like back and forth.
The
It's
swinging.
Yeah, the swinging. The pendulum of health.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of is though. That's
So
health.
it's interesting.
It's not,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not it's
Yeah.
not stagnant.
it's not stagnant at all. It's always moving.
And I mean I know
energy.
I know you're
More
like
energy.
this. I know you're
Yeah.
like this. You're always doing your best to maintain openness to new ideas,
Yeah.
new information,
Totally.
and
100%.
test it.
Yeah.
Right? Test it for yourself.
Test it all day.
So that's what I'm doing with this
Yeah.
sort of stuff. I'm
Nice.
really looking into it and
Nice.
seeing where does this flesh out, how can I
Mhm.
test this, and
Yeah.
how can I optimize my diet and lifestyle
Yeah.
to increase dopamine, which is going to increase focus and drive and satisfaction and those
Yeah.
good things,
Yeah.
and decrease stress,
Yeah.
which is
Totally.
pretty basic stuff.
It's very interesting. I am very intrigued. I don't know if you think serotonin has use, but I'm on the fence about serotonin now. I need to do more serotonin
There's
research.
some use. Well,
I
and
need
it's
to do more
interesting too. It's interesting too because I have, I'll say allegedly, I don't know what the laws are like,
Yeah.
and I've talked to other people who
Mhm.
allegedly have taken MDMA,
Right.
pure MDMA,
Right. Right.
and
Which is another drug. For everyone.
Yes.
Just to be
and
clear.
which apparently
Yeah.
causes a lot of massive serotonin release
Yeah.
and activity,
Serotonin dumping.
dumping,
Yeah.
tons of it.
Yeah.
And by taking things like magnesium, but
Mm.
particularly 5-HTP,
Mm-hmm.
which is a precursor to serotonin,
Yeah.
taking those things before bed
Mm.
or after the party is winding down can make you feel a lot better afterwards.
Mm.
You don't have that same like crash
Right.
feeling. So it's
you're like
interesting.
modulating your brain chemistry a little bit better.
You're giving
You're
it some
not-
of the rebuilding. This is how I've
Right.
understood it. You're giving
Right.
it some of the rebuilding
Blocks.
constituents.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's hard to say
Yeah.
one way or another.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
definitely interesting to dive deeper.
Nonetheless, it is. I need to do more research.
Yes.
It's one of those things that I need to do more research on for sure. So yeah, interesting. Serotonin and Mucuna. You know Mucuna. I just
Yep.
thought so dopamine.
Mhm.
It's known as our motivation hormone. So that's like our charge, our energy, our drive.
Mhm.
Dopamine is great. We need it. It
Yeah.
keeps us healthy. If we don't have dopamine, we're not
It's hard to get stuff
actively
done.
engaged with life. Yeah, we're not getting stuff done exactly.
Yeah.
So Mucuna has L-Dopa, which is a precursor to the body producing dopamine. Mucuna is used traditionally in like Ayurvedic medicine, and it's pretty powerful. I feel Mucuna gives me a nice charge, drive, energy.
And how do you
use it?
How do you like to take it?
I just take it in a powder form. I think it's freeze dried in water. With
Straight
ashwagandha
up?
typically from Omega.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Ashwagandha.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of
Yeah.
those are great.
Nervous system,
Both of those are great.
dopamine.
I've definitely noticed
Yeah.
a direct connection.
Yeah.
If I have coffee,
Yeah,
that helps with focus and energy.
yeah.
And if I take Mucuna at the same time, or
In your coffee.
or a couple hours later,
Yeah,
I don't really like the taste. I
yeah.
don't really like the Mucuna
Together.
taste in the coffee.
Okay,
Um,
interesting.
But take it separate,
Yeah.
or like an hour or two later,
Yeah,
I get more staying power and
Yeah.
less drop off
right.
in terms of my energy and my focus.
Interesting. Yeah. That's some brain biohacking for y'all. Take notes, y'all.
Yeah.
Take notes. Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time and energy, man. You're here for a reason. This content was amazing. I appreciate it. And this is Bryan Hardy. Hardy beats CBD. He's a legend. Look at his freaking hair, y'all. He's got blue blockers on top of regular glasses.
Yeah, we
Keeping
didn't talk
it
about blue
real.
blockers. We're in like a red room.
Yeah.
We're wearing red glasses. People probably think we've been beamed up into another dimension.
And maybe we have. And we're also not wearing shirts because it's like 85 degrees. It's really hot. It's a hot day.
Toasty one.
It's toasty.
The hottest day. We broke,
We were in
for
it.
all y'all Celsius users,
Yeah, oh yeah.
we broke 30 degrees Celsius today.
We were in a river today. You want to tell them about that too?
That too?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
Tell
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I think I've missed out on a lot of great connection with nature opportunities.
Yeah.
Because I've been like, oh, dirty water. I don't want to get in the water. What's in the water? And sometimes there's
Water's
dirty
in the
water.
water.
Sometimes there's,
Yeah.
stuff in there you don't want
Yeah.
to be soaking in.
Yeah.
If you're downstream from like a chemical factory or a
That
natural,
sucks.
a radioactive deposit, don't get in the water.
Yeah.
Probably not a good idea.
Good tip. We should.
And
Legal.
we were at Belle Isle,
Yeah. Park. In Detroit.
which is upstream from
Yeah.
industry in
Yeah.
Detroit,
Yeah.
and it was flowing well. We had a lot of rain. The rain's probably not a good thing actually because the runoff. Anyways, doesn't matter. We'll just take more detoxifying agents.
We'll take more charcoal.
Exactly.
We'll take more activated charcoal.
And yeah, so it was been a hot day, long day, and we're sitting there with our feet in the water,
Yep.
and I'm like, screw this, I'm getting in.
He got in. I saw it.
And it was
I was
so refreshing and
It was.
cool and grounding, and we all got in,
Yeah.
and it's like, this is beautiful.
Yeah, it
the
was
river's
nice.
just here, why can't we
Yeah.
enjoy the river?
And there was a lot of nature around that was purifying that water. So
Yeah.
it's the perspective you see it through. We could worry about everything and allow the nocebo effect to control our lives, or we can utilize the placebo effect to our advantage. Let's use that placebo.
Yeah. And feel good
Hashtag
about
life.
doing it. Right? Don't go into the water and be like, oh, it's going to make me sick, or like thinking
Yeah.
that you're going to pick up some sort of parasite or...
Flesh-eating bacteria.
Yeah, because
Sorry.
that might happen, maybe, it could happen, it's
That's
possible.
an inside joke.
It's possible. Even if it did happen, with the right essential oils, you could probably knock that shit
I know.
out real fast.
Oh, we didn't talk. Okay, the video's not over. Sorry, we didn't talk about
Part 2. Part 1 is done, part 2 is here.
Yeah, or we didn't talk about Shapibo.
Shapibo.
Okay, so this is crazy. Okay, so I've known Bryan for probably a year and a half or so-ish,
Yep.
and we've never made a video, but I feel like our friendship has grown, and I've gotten to know you better, and appreciate you better, and understand your value better, and just see, like, your energy in the world. You're one of my best friends, dude, like, literally. Like, I see you, and I'm like, dude, you're one of my best friends. Like, when I hang out with you, I'm like, yeah, I spend more time with that dude.
Yeah.
That's a good dude right there. So follow him, that's one thing. But anyways, the Shapibo people. This is a tribe in the Amazon in Peru. You're in Peru.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that, you sharing that, is so my mom, part of the reason I do what I do is because my mom's a stage 4 colon cancer survivor. She doesn't think of herself as a survivor.
Thriver.
Yeah, thriver. She doesn't think of herself like, oh, I'm a survivor. Like, no, like, she's alive and she's thriving and she's doing well. And now she's helping other people heal from cancer and other things.
Yeah.
Because we're here to teach people what we've gone through and help them grow what we've grown through. And that's a part of our journey. It's a part of our path. So the herbs that she took from Peru were from the Shapibo tribe.
What?
Yeah, same tribe. I didn't know. I just found that out in this
Exclusively?
video.
Like
Pretty much,
exclusive?
yeah.
Wow.
Pretty much, yeah. So the came up there in the fridge, the herbs that she took, like, all from the Shapibo. Cat's claw, una de gato, shaka piedra, sangre de drago. All of these. Yes.
Wow.
We're all from the Shapibo tribe in Peru. So, cool. That tribal stuff is good.
They have a long history of
Yeah.
cultural and
Totally.
local plant medicines.
Yeah. They're good at what
Very
they do.
rich.
They're good at what they do.
Very rich.
Yeah. It's interesting, tribes. I love tribes. I feel like we need to embrace more of the tribal energy and atmosphere in our lives.
Yeah, and
Like
especially
adopt more
the
of
good
what tribes
aspects.
do.
Yeah, and community.
Yeah.
I kinda like community.
That's what tribes do well, to some degree.
I do think, because and I'll
I
share
think.
from my recent experience,
Yeah.
having been sort of in the biohacking tribe for a while.
Yeah.
It becomes an echo chamber. It can become
Yeah,
an
yeah,
echo
yeah.
chamber, and then you don't question like the
Yeah.
underlying dogma.
Yeah.
and that can be dangerous.
Yeah.
And then
You have
when
to experiment for yourself.
people come in with
Yeah.
conflicting information, you are like, "You're so stupid. Go
Yeah.
away. Like
Yeah.
die. Kill yourself." You know,
Yeah.
this is like the extreme examples
Yeah.
of like, you know, if you go on like a vegan forum and you're like,
Oh,
"Fuck you guys,
yeah. Oh,
eat
I
a steak,"
know. It's horrible.
you're gonna get hit with so
I
much
know.
hate.
People, woo.
And
That's why I want to create a vegan versus like paleo forum, just to let them battle out and get it done with and get that trauma over with so humanity and society can move forward.
Well, see, I think we should really actually take a vegan and take a carnivore and have them actually fight. Physically fight.
The carnivore would win all day.
And hopefully,
It's not even a
they would then
question.
have compassion for their weaker brother or sister, and the
Okay.
vegan would be like, "Fuck, why am I so weak?" And the carnivore would have his heart opened up. The vegan would see
But
the
there's some
value
vegans
of
that
red
can
meat.
kick ass though. That's the thing. Like
They'd meet in the middle, and we'd have integration.
Okay, this is an interesting
This is my
idea.
dream.
I mean, it's maybe that could be a website like UFC or WWE for Paleolithic athletes and vegan athletes.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
Like
really gonna
Ben
happen.
Greenfield versus Joe Rogan. I don't know.
They're both. Neither one of them is a vegan.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I think Joe Rogan would
Freely the
destroy
Banana Girl versus
versus Ben Greenfield.
No,
Here's Ben, this crazy hunter. Bogan,
Dude,
you know.
I've heard some stories, man.
He's legit.
I've heard some stories.
He's legit.
I'm 50-50 on him, though, in certain ways. Like, I think he's great. I think he's brilliant.
Oh yeah.
But,
I don't know anyone who works harder.
Oh, and that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes the intensity of people, like, sometimes it's like, sometimes people's intensity, like, it doesn't allow them to see other people, like,
Yeah.
it doesn't integrate as well if you're, like, super intense.
Oh yeah.
And he's an intense dude.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of
And
respect
he would
for
say
him.
that as well.
Because he's a smart dude.
And he would say
he's
that as well, I
super,
think.
yeah, oh, he's like,
And if you
he's like
listen
Wim
to-
Hof. Like, he's brilliant. But he doesn't eat healthy. Like, have you heard
Wim
this?
Hof is chill.
But he like doesn't eat healthy because he's like, I breathe. I'm like, man, I don't know. That's a
I
little far.
I don't think he's terribly though.
I think he does. I literally heard this. I think Blake told me this. I don't know.
It's all rumors.
It's worth
all rumors.
researching.
I heard him. He eats one meal a day.
Someone tell us if Wim Hof eats healthy.
He's in the 1 meal a day club, so he does the fasting thing.
Okay. Oh well, fasting is.
And you know,
that's gonna burn.
I heard at one point he's like, okay, I'm gonna eat. No, you can get away with a lot if you fast sometimes.
Oh, I agree. Fasting is.
on
I mean, you
Ben's show.
regenerate all your white blood cells in 72 hours. That's your research from USC.
Yeah. On Ben's show, he did talk
Actual
about. He said,
yeah.
I'm gonna eat tomatoes today.
Yeah.
He was just gonna eat tomatoes until he was full.
That's it.
That can't be that bad for you.
I mean, he probably needs some lycopene or
Overdose on
something.
lycopene
Yeah,
today.
some-
Overdose on French fries
Yeah.
tomorrow. Have some beers. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, don't get too caught up in the. Because I mean, new research is showing that sleep is more important than than food and exercise combined. So it's like we need to look at other forms of our health too, and not just be like, oh, our diet.
Yeah.
Oh. Because our sleep is huge, and that's why we're wearing blue blockers and we got red light, y'all.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to be chill out here.
You made videos about.
You know, we're not right about anything. We're just sharing ideas. You know, we're no gurus,
No.
but we know stuff, and we read and we research.
Yeah.
We'd like to meet people like us. If you're like us, send us a message. We want to be your friend. We want you in our tribe. Will you join us? Join now. Below. Click the button. Anyways, that's pretty much the end of the video.
Thank you.
And let's
Thank you for tuning
tell
in.
them
Thank
tell them
you.
where to find you.
Yeah.
Bryan
so-
Hardy BCBD. We spent time in Jamaica this year. This man is amazing. Seeing this man on a Jamaican beach, just like walking down the beach, like I'm just like he is happy, and I am happy around him.
Man, we
like he
belong
makes life
down there.
happy.
We belong
I know. I
down
love
there.
Jamaica. You love Costa Rica. You got.
I know. We're going.
Next year. We're both going to Jamaica and Costa Rica.
Done.
You saw it here.
Done.
That's an agreement.
It's gonna happen.
Wait, we got to
It's
do it
gonna
official. Yeah. Let's see.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's happening.
We'll see you there
It's
too.
happening. It's going down.
Instagram is probably one of the best places to follow, and that's just
Yeah.
Bryan Hardy 7. That's BRYANHARDY 7. And
He's hardy, and his chocolate is hardy too. His recipes are hardy.
Yeah, my hosted
His
nutrition
drinks are amazing.
trainings are-
Yo, if he makes you drinks, game
I'm
over.
a bit of a wizard with a blender.
He's legit. I have a lot of respect for that, because I love drinks. You see me with the
I
band.
know. I know.
I see your vibes, dude.
I know.
I respect them.
Likewise.
RDB.
Likewise. So that's one of the channels. Facebook as well. I'm on
Bryan
there.
Hardy
I have
7.
A page on Facebook, and then
Yeah.
my podcast.
What's your page on Facebook? Tell them.
It's my name.
Bryan Hardy.
Yeah, I think it's
BRYAN
Facebook.com
Hardy HARDY.
Health Coach. So
Health
Facebook.com
Coach.
/ Bryan Hardy Health Coach is my page on Facebook.
Boom.
And then there's the podcast, which is Redefining Reality.
Redefining reality.
You'll find that on anywhere podcasts are hosted.
iTunes.
And
Libsyn?
gotta get you on there soon.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I'd
Very
love that.
soon. Yes. And yeah, that's a place where I explore some of these ideas.
Nice. Cool. Check him out, seriously. I joke a lot, but this man is one of the smartest biohackers and health researchers that I know.
Wow.
And I appreciate that. And I'm going to get into seed cycling.
Thank you.
And
Borax?
possibly I'm going to
Borax.
I'm going to research it more.
Boners. Seed cycling.
I'm gonna
Testosterone's going to go through the roof with this protocol.
I'm going to look into borax. I'm not going to get into boners. I'm going to get into borax. Maybe I'll get into my boner more, but thank you. I think the video shirtless with blue blockers in a red light. It's strange. But it's awesome.
It's good.
I love you, man. You're amazing.
Love you too,
Respect. Check him out. Please smash the like button, subscribe. Check out the next video. This is David Benjamin from Healthy, Wild, and Free. See you next time.